So let's output for some batteries now. For batteries, we need iron and copper. Iron is already coming down this line a bit slowly. And copper is over here, but easily taken. So let's just set her up. I'm going to extend this line, I guess. So, I think I want to input it through the back here. Instead of extending it, I'm just going to collide this with the copper. Bring it down. And we'll get this going. Now put it here. Oops. And there we go. That's everything we need for batteries. We'll only have two making at a time in this setup here. I should have left a little bit more room for this. We can still do that actually. All we're gonna do is we're gonna move all this a little bit farther this way. There we go. Now we have 4. I think 4 is going to be the most I'll never need for batteries, I think. Okay, and then with that, I can actually put this pump here. And we'll just do pretty much the same thing that we did before. And there we go. Now I think we have everything that we need for our batteries. Just need to have the pump there and we're good to go. Let's get our output. And let's put the batteries somewhere. Let's actually bring them down. And we'll put them into a chest for now. Cool. So we have batteries being automated now. How is our electricity? Still good. We'll have to keep an eye on if we're using all of our sulfuric or if this is going to be going up over time. We'd like it to stay around this amount. That would mean that we're using it at the same rate that we're making it. Although it does look like we've killed our petroleum gas, so that's our next project. Let's do it. We are going to change these into... Oh. The problem here wasn't actually that we weren't making enough, it's that we have too much heavy at the moment. We still need to fix this anyways, But for now, I'm going to. No, we'll just fix it, I guess. Can't mix fluids. How so? Okay, so it thinks that these are oil. So we're fixing this. There we go. Nice and easy. Now let's add our water to the mix here. There we go. So now we should be making more petroleum than we are the other two products. Let's just make sure. Fortunately, we are still stuck with all this heavy fluid, heavy oil. So I'm just going to relieve that real quick by adding those two. I only need to add one, but... Alright. And we're also full on light oil, but we are slowly not using it because this is full. Oh, well, that's a problem. Do that for now. Okay. Our lubricant is full. Okay, so the ratio, I believe, is now 10 refineries to 1 heavy to light to 7 light to petroleum. So, if we were to do that, we need to add more refineries, which we can definitely do because we have enough crude oil for it. We've only used 100% of our so-called stock here. So I guess that's what we want to do. We're going to add some more oil refineries. Let's move our water down. Just for now, as a quick fix. And let's add our refineries. So, we need 10 refineries. We have 7 currently. Let's go make a couple more. 1, 2, 3. We're going to need a couple more chemical plants. What are we doing on our science? Did we stop because we didn't have enough military science made? If so, we should start hand making military science. And I'll switch our research over to something else. There we go. That's made. Let's go grab our blue science that we've been kind of hand making there. That's pretty decent. We have around 400 to add. Gonna do this as a way to even this out a little bit. Eventually we're going to be adding this legit. Once we start automating blue science, we'll have this come down this way. So it'll look a little bit nicer later on. And there we go. So we're going to cancel this for now, and we're going to work on something for blue science, like personal roboports. That sounds good. We're actually backed up on our red science now, again. Let's go gather our circuits that we've been making, hopefully. Looks like we're limited on our plastic right now because we're not making any petroleum. Okay, so we fixed our limiting reagent here, and now we should have more petroleum coming through. I didn't want to add that because I'm trying to get rid of these actually, but we just need to make sure that this keeps going so we can get our circuits. Okay, now we're gonna come back over here and add these. Go get some engines. Add those. And some fuel. That'll be good. I'm just looking at all the things that we could be making. I think this is the only thing I absolutely need. Alright. So we have 7, once again. I'm gonna add 1 to this side. And then the rest over here. So that should be our 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's add our oil. Actually, let's do our water real quick. Then oil will be after. Okay, let's extend this over. Cool. So, now all these things should be working. Let's make sure that they're powered up. And let's add our undergrounds here. We're gonna need to make more underground pipes here. Let's go grab our pipes from the box that we had. And hopefully that will be enough for our purposes. We're gonna need some assembly machines to do it for us because we're making science. So Need these, this, and this. Same thing, this and that. And we'll come back here in a second. Go grab that. Okay, and it looks like we're using up everything, so that's good. And we're out. And that's why we prepped this. Okay, we got a good amount. Now we'll do the light oil. Petroleum. We'll put a pump here so we can tell those guys what we want. Or the game, rather. Not connect systems. Uh oh. Let's fix this up a little bit. We'll put our water up this way, and hopefully that will not lead to any more issues. Let's connect it like this. Should be fine. Okay, this has water in it, so that's why we're getting rid of that. And there we go. Now ideally, we shouldn't need any storage because we should be using up everything that we're making. So I'm going to just take those away for now and leave this here. If it starts getting up too high, then we can add more, but again, ideally, we wouldn't need them. And we're putting this pump here because we're telling this line that we want all the fluid to go this way. That way it doesn't go backwards or anything like that. We have a clear goal here for the game to understand. Okay. So that looks all pretty good, I believe. Let's make sure, but we're gonna check each one to make sure that they're using up everything. And for example, this one is not, because it's not hooked up at all. So let's fix that, shall we? And we're out of our underground, so we're gonna go grab some more. Still making. Good to hear, good to see. Okay, so our last thing here is our heavy oil and connected. So we should be good now. Now that we have our refineries, we might actually have too many for the oil, because if you can see that we're down to 11K, which is, it was full before, so we might actually have too many refineries now. We'll have to keep an eye on this. But from here, what we want to do is we want to change the heavy oil that's here into light oil, and the light oil into petroleum. So let us get started on that. What I think I'm going to try to do is route a pipe of light oil around here and swing it back this way, and then insert all the petroleum into this storage tank. And eventually we'll get it so we don't need all these storage tanks. And I can reroute where this light oil is going. I could actually do that right now. And our pipes. Okay. So we're going to be cracking the light oil into petroleum gas, and that needs water. Fortunately, we have water readily available right here. We cannot do it like this because this will get in the way of that. So we're going to have to do some finagling on the pipes here. Bring it down a little bit. And then there we go. Oops. This still works. Don't you worry. We have it going. Let's go grab some more iron. Let's get some easy science done, so I don't have to think about it too much. Okay, going to put down an assembly machine for the regular pipes, I guess. We have a decent amount of undergrounds now. While we're waiting on that, let's get our water up and running. Okay. Pipes. And there we go. Now we should be able to input all this petroleum together. I hope that works. We should have the pumps. We're gonna put a pump down here to force all these into this, and then this will force it all out. So I think that should work. Let's make sure that we're actually outputting in all of these. Oh, that one doesn't have energy. Alright, we're good. We have 4. I'm told we need 7. So we can just keep adding to that. But for now, let me... let's do it. Why not? Might as well finish what we started, right? Let's make a couple more chemical plants. We're gonna need to sit down some of these here. Chemical plant. Chemical plant. Here we go. We need this. We need steel. We need pipes. We need gear wheels, which are somewhere. Gear wheels. Where are they? There. Gear wheel. Pipes. Right. That's 6. We'll just need one more to add to this. And we'll have our ratio set up, and hopefully that will be all fine and dandy. Let's make sure that we see what we're doing. Okay, good so far. And our pipes, and our electricity. And let's connect these guys. So these are already accounted for. And there we go. Looks good. We have 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. I need more, so we're gonna make more. And let's get our 7th out in the open here. And let's finish it off. There we go. We'll connect these two. Try that again. There we go. And now we're getting some stock up in the petroleum gas, which is good. And we still have one more thing to do. We need to have the heavy go into our light system here. And I think I can cut this off. Might actually want to connect it to these guys to pump it out, so we have a light oil source. We'll have to keep an eye on this, see how it runs. I have the pumps for it, so I'm going to put 2 pumps here. And then eventually this will become dry. We'll use it all up. So that'll be good for now. And our final thing here is we need to get heavy oil to light oil. Where do we want to do that? We might actually want to change this lubricant into that exact thing, and then we'll just input it to the end of this line here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll cut this off and let the lubricant flow into there. Like that. And now we'll move this and change this like this. If we don't light, we do need water, so let's make it a little bit easier to access. Alright, let's get our water over here now. and so we can see what we're working with. Do something like this. Now we have water over here. Okay, let's put our chemical plant down. Let's tell it what we want to do. And we'll fill her up. And there we go. Now to make sure that we empty this guy out, we're gonna continue making lubricant. Because we will need a lot of lubricant later on for other things. So it doesn't hurt to have this set up here. And that's good to go. Alright. Neat stuff. So now we have our setup working. We should have a good amount of petroleum gas coming in. Because we have it from our light oil. We're converting pretty much all of our light oil to petroleum. We're going to be converting most of our heavy oil into light oil, which will be converted to petroleum. And all of that is going to go to plastics and sulfur. One thing we might want to consider is continuing this solid fuel production. We do have a decent amount right now. And we need this for our blue science, which we should stock up right now. So we're going to grab our solid fuel. We're going to grab our engines that we already have. Let's go see how our circuits are doing. I still see them, so that's a good sign at the very least. All right. How are our batteries doing? Looks good. Sulfuric acid, we have a small buffer there, but not enormous yet. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Let us fill these guys up. All right. So, this rail world still has no rails. Why is that? Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's just how it is right now. I'm working on it. Or we'll see how this goes. Oops. We'll do this. Those are just makeshift stuff for now. We can put our military in here. Let's get started on some military. Let's finish off the laser turrets we started. We probably want to make this modular armor because it'd be nice to be able to see in the dark a little bit better. So let's do that. Get our assembly machine out. Oops. And then what do we want to make for this? We want to make a couple solar panels, personal battery, personal robo part would be great. Night vision, of course. The belt immunity equipment is okay, I guess, but I don't plan on walking over too many belts. There we go. This also gives us an inventory upgrade, which is pretty neat. So let's make night vision. One of these and some of these. I would be making this in my inventory, but I'm currently making science, so that's why I'm not doing it there. Even though I'm only going to make one of each of these. Okay. So now we need some solar panels. Let's do that. We'll make 5 for now. And then while that's making, let's make the personal battery. Steel plate and batteries. Let's go get our supply of batteries here. So this is not looking, it doesn't look very nice, but it's working. And that's all I can ask for while we continue to learn the game. Eventually I'll get to the point where I look super pro and have a nice base looking thing, but for now, this is how we're gonna have it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm gonna make a couple batteries. These aren't gonna go to waste because we do need them for the updated battery later on. So it doesn't matter if I make extra batteries that I'm not gonna be using quite yet. I'll make 4 batteries right now. And I'll let that go for a little bit. Let's see what else do I need to make. I guess I might as well make one of these. Nah. I do want the personal robot board, so that's something I want. Okay, so that's done. Make our personal robot board. We need steel, battery. Oh no, iron gear wheels. That's enough, okay. Make our iron gear wheels. And advanced circuits. How many do I need? 40, right? So you got your job cut out for you. Your energy shield. That sounds worthwhile. And okay, so I'm only gonna make one report, and I need, let's see what I need for some robots that I can bring with me. I need electric engine units. So we can start getting that ready. Let's fill out our armor here. Forgot that I don't have that much space in this, but luckily we have finagled about the right amount of things. Look at that. Not bad. So now we have basically night vision. That's pretty much all that we've gained from this so far. But we'll fix that soon, hopefully. Let's take a look at how we're doing here. We're actually full on petroleum gas, which is good to see. And we have run into an issue. The issue being I cannot put a storage tank here. Well, maybe I can, because it's facing the wrong way. Okay, cool. I thought it would connect to this pipe, but because it's facing the other way, we're quite fine. Let me make this easy to walk through. And let's check on our oils here. I would like to get rid of these storage tanks slowly over time. So we're just making sure that the numbers go down eventually. So we're at 16 here, we're at 15, 16 here. So we'll have to check on that later. We'll just say they're both 16 to make it easy to remember. Okay, so let's take a look at the main picture, the big picture here. And that is, we do not have enough iron. It's getting through there, and it's kind of enough, but it's struggling, as you can see. Steel-wise, we're doing pretty well. Everything that needs the steel has it backed up, so technically we're doing just fine in that department. The reason it's not backed up completely is because I'm putting them into the chest, which is basically full, so that is not bad either. Let's check our production this way, and it looks like we're doing quite fine. Does look like I mined out this area, so let's pick them all up. We know, so we can figure out what we're working with here. And it's nice to have it a little bit cleaner, right? Even though it does mean that we need to expand soon. Oops. Oh, we ran out of solar power, looks like. Oh, that still had mining in it. Okay. So we're still doing pretty well on the mining aspect here. Okay, we have energy shields. What do we need for that? Or what do we need for that? Okay, we can make it pretty easily, but I don't think we have any room. And I don't plan on fighting any biters, so I'm not going to worry about that at the present moment. It is time to start working on railroads. We're gonna need more copper, which is close enough where we don't actually need a train, but hey, it's a rail world. We should probably get that working. But our main thing that we'd like is up here. We have this huge field of oil, and we have a large plot of iron, and that will cover pretty much all of our needs. It's kind of unfortunate because it feels like that's all we're gonna need. We're gonna just need one train basically coming from there to here. We'll try to make it a little bit more complicated than it needs to be, or than I usually make it rather, just to say that we're doing this map properly. But we got kind of lucky with our spawns here in terms of all of this, because our oil was nearby. We had enough iron and copper to get this started. Copper's kind of nearby, and that's not too far, and the oil and iron are nearby as well. So I think in terms of the train, what I want to do is have well, there's a couple ways we could do it. We could mine the iron here, put it onto a train, bring it down, and just have this section just be smelting, and then we could have a legitimate bus system, and that would be fine. Same thing with the copper. You could have it ferry iron plates down here, which would also cover pretty much the same thing. We could have the oil sent down all the way around to this section here, and just add to our refinery here. We'll have to keep an eye on how fast this drops. Or we could do our oil system up here and just ferry down our products. So there's a lot to think about here. We'll have to consider that while we work on other things. So, what do we need to be doing right now? We probably want to make more red circuits if possible. We're making a decent amount, but not enough to say that we're set. We also have the ability to make processing units, so that's something else that we need to consider. We do have the sulfuric acid right here, so I can bring it up here and we can make the processing units over here or something like that. So basically what I'm looking at is what we probably want to do is add another set of green circuits, add another set of red circuits, make a purple circuit area, and I think at that point we should be pretty good. So that's going to be our future plan. Right now, let's get rails and things all set up. So I do know that later game, rails are a necessary product for science or something. So it would be good to get it automated right now. Let's check on our stone here. It's like these guys are empty. This is empty. That's still going. We're pretty much backed up because we're not storing anything anymore. What else do we need for rails? We need iron sticks and steel plates. They are pretty expensive. Let's continue on with our military science. How are we doing on electricity? Still fine. So we need piercing rounds, grenades, and walls. Let's pick them up. And get that settled. There you go. Now we have 300 being made. That'll turn into 600 military science, and that will be pretty decent. We should be researching something like weapon shooting speed. Okay, yikes. look at that. We're not using our petroleum nearly fast enough. So that either means that we should make more sulfuric acid, or some more sulfur, some more plastic, and those are our two choices. I think plastic is a good choice, because we're gonna want that for our circuits later. Sulfur is not a bad choice either, because we're also gonna need that for other things. I think our main priority right now, other than getting that railroad up, is to get blue science automated. That'd be good, right? I mean, this is working. Having these four just working while I run around, that's fine. But this is Factorio. We gotta make everything automated. Oops. Don't have another chest. Let me make some chests. I'll put my military signs in here. This ghetto method that will actually become legitimate once we have robots. Because that's how this game works. Let's see. That's what I want. That unfortunately is not how this works. Okay. Pretty easy fix here. We just turned it around. And there you go. Cool. Yeah, so we're good on science for the near future. We need to figure out what is our #1 priority. I think that would be getting some railroads in this rail world. So then the question becomes, do I want to automate rails? And we've already decided we do need rails in the future. So it would be a smart thing to get that automated now. But the materials here are kind of lame. We have stone here. And we do have an area to put it. Basically, we can put an area over here and make that for rails and other things, the low density structures and things that we'll be needing later on. Let's get rid of these cliffs. Do I have the cliffs explosives? I don't. Well, we're going to be getting that soon. What do I need for this? Explosives. Fair enough. Empty barrel, grenades. Explosives need sulfur, I believe. And coal and water. Okay, pretty easy. So we'll be able to set that up. Okay, so we're stalling basically. I'm trying to procrastinate for doing this. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I can get the stone over to the left side where I need it. Because we kind of didn't leave enough room for ourselves in this middle area here. Which was my bad. I should have left a lot more space. We technically do have, I mean, we have enough space to bring some underground belts through here. But that's probably the best we can do, unfortunately. And they need steel as well, I believe. That means that I would need to get rid of this. Bring it down as well. Oh well, okay, so I guess what we need to do right now is bring it over. See, a lot of my problems could be fixed if we just made some robots. You know, but that's not... It's a little far in the future for me right now. We're gonna bring this guy up and down. think it'll be a little bit better. We have to have a good amount of red belts now, right? At least I would hope so. The thing's been going on for several hours now, and if it doesn't have enough, then I don't know what to say. We're gonna start using red belts. We should have made that transition a while ago, actually. Let's go pick up our red belts. Okay, we have a decent amount, but not the amount that I was hoping for, actually. Pick these guys up, and we'd like to make these into fast inserters as well. I'm making science, so I'd have to put down an assembly machine, and it's too much work at the moment. So we're getting critically low on copper, it looks like. We only have half of our furnaces working, so that's not good. What are we doing here? We still have and we'll have enough supply for stone for quite a while. So let's bring the stone over there. We're not going to be making too many rails after our initial bout, so we should be fine after this. We're just gonna bring this through. Oh boy. Okay, so our limiting factor right here is underground belts. Let's go pick that up. And now we need to make a bunch of stuff and assembly machines if we want to do this by get it done. So let's set down our assembly machines. Let us figure this out. We need this, so we're gonna need gear wheels, and we're gonna need underground belts, which need these two. Okay, so we'll let that run. And while we're doing that, let's figure out what's going on. Let's do that. We're gonna put an underground belt here. It's gonna come this way. And that will be steel. Let's get some stone going. Could fix this by doing that, and that way I don't have to use as many underground belts here. It's only to use one there. Or would I? Move this up actually. Please, I keep misclicking. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. We have our stone through. Okay, let's pick up this, put it in there. Find where we put that. And what else do we want to do? I guess we said we were going to do flamethrowers, so I need to get that going. Exoskeleton is very cheap. Let's do that. We'll do our flamethrower stuff soon for those looking for that. Okay, cool. So we have our stone line coming through here. We have our steel line up here. That will be coming very shortly. Very expensive in iron gear wheels for each of these. I think I'm just going to use the yellow belts for now. Until I'm rich with resources. So, this goes here. This goes here. And we're good to go. Where stone, we have our steel. We just need iron. Which is struggling so hard. Oh no. We're just going to have to supply our own iron for the moment, and not off the line. And let's go build our cliff explosives so we can open up this area for us. Let's see, what do we want to make next? We're gonna want some break-in force. Let's do that. Let's go refill our blue science making machine. Go grab some red science, or red circuits. I have all this sulfur in my inventory as well. It's kind of pointless. Let's go put that away. I do want to keep some of it because I need it for the cliff explosives that we're going to make, now that I think about it. Okay, and solid fuel. Let's go pick up some solid fuel. Need 4 stacks worth. Alright,